Welcome back to our weekly walkthrough, where we bring the above, below, and talk about the transits you should know. So we are in our week of April 6th to the 12th, and recording a little bit late because I am also feeling the transits as per usual. So for Monday, we're mostly going to talk about how you can make it work for the rest of the evening. But our week in general gives us the Six of Coins. And this is about really recognizing, particularly with this version, that everybody is in a similarly exposed and vulnerable state right now. There is a lot of raw nerve energy, but that doesn't mean we can't be helping each other while acknowledging those limits. And so that's what I really want you to focus on. Like, where are the areas where you are resourced enough to give a little bit more? And where do you need to be asking to receive more? So for Monday proper, what happened early on was we had Taurus Venus sextile the North Node in Pisces, the Sagittarius Moon in mutual reception with Jupiter, which is, our nice little checkpoint while Jupiter is still in Cancer, sextile Pluto in Aquarius. And this is just that checkpoint on like where are we really starting to deepen in that Aquarius area of our life, and where can our beliefs and our humor further that work. Then we had the moon trine Saturn and really checking in on some of those still pretty hasty foundational shifts we're making in the Aries area. And then just wonderful confusion at 10:05 a.m. with the moon at the bending of the nodes. Are we coming? Are we going? What's happening? We will have at basically when I'm recording this, 1:21 p.m. the Taurus Venus, Taurus Ceres conjunction. And so for my asteroid people, and please forgive my pronunciation, I can never decide how I want to say that one. But there is opportunity right now, especially in the Taurus area of our chart, to come into a greater sense of fulfillment and just self-care. It's like tending the fields of our life, because with the Nine of Swords, the anxiety is so high. And so I want you to ask, like, this Monday, what can you slow down into that will help you regulate? On Tuesday, we have the Sagittarius moon trine the Aries sun at 5:05 a.m. And then the moon will square Mercury in the last decan of Pisces and trine Chiron. And with this, we see the world. And this is particularly like world tree vibes. And these are the kind of trees, they remind me of bristlecone pines. Those ones that are living no longer, but still appear to be, because they are so fossilized and gnarled, and they're still habitats. And so this is about the type of structures that are long since gone, but still upholding things, still carrying things. They still have life, but they're actually pretty easy to topple with the wrong windstorm. And so on Tuesday, I want you to reflect back on the cycles that we've been in and what is actually over for you that is still load bearing. Like, where are you letting things that are done continue to carry weight in your life? And really, what does that mean for your sense of purpose, for your body, and for what you've learned since the Mercury retrograde? On Wednesday, we get the moon square Mars in Pisces before dropping into detriment in Capricorn. Mars will sextile Uranus. Capricorn moon will square Neptune and Saturn, which is kind of the new MO for Capricorn moon. And then we'll sextile the North Node in Pisces. And Wednesday, I want you to be easy on your body. Focus more on mental stuff. Like, move the energy instead of being driven to get things done and it leading to accidents, hurting yourself, or that false urgency we've been talking about a lot, especially in the first half of the day, because a lot of those transits are in the morning. I want you to focus instead on what you can be creating. mentally, writing, planning, really start to troubleshoot. Like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I believe in, this is what I think is possible, but what are the obstacles in the way? Where are my limits? Where am I feeling the exhaustion? And how can I address the exhaustion in new ways? Because we've tried the old ones and they're not really working. Then the real big news of the week is our half moon in Capricorn, because on Thursday, we're out of the Mercury post shadow. That means Mercury moves on to new degrees finally. After the retrograde, that story's done. Then Capricorn moon trine Venus and Taurus, and then at 1:36 p.m. Mountain Time, Mars returns to Aries, the sign of its diurnal domicile. And this is going to be a lot. A lot of the Saturn-Neptune conjunction stuff is going to kind of reignite now that it has the fuel of Mars. And this is when the news of the month is going to become very, very fast-paced. Like from here until Mars leaves Aries, we're going to be dealing with rocket fuel, basically. So I want you to resist that a little bit and not try and do everything. Because even though we have our glorious King of Wands, we have the passion, we have the drive, I want you to focus on what's already been started and applying the energy to that, but also pacing yourself. Look for when you move into that false stress hormone fueled, like, oh, I can do it. And then you're like drop at the end of the day. Don't do that. Take breaks, pace yourself, don't go to your limit, because the urge to do that's going to be really high. Especially because we're also, we have the moon opposite Jupiter and then square the sun for our half moon. And it's just, there is some friction there. And lots of astrologers are saying this, but marathon, not a sprint. This is a very long haul. Please do not burn out. All right. We jump over to Friday, we get that Capricorn moon, sextile Mercury, square Chiron, trine Uranus before moving into Aquarius for a sextile with our fresh and fiery Aries Mars, and with Neptune in Aries. And this is the chariot reversed. You remember how I said slow down? This is when all of that high energy from Thursday, suddenly it's like, I don't know, can I do this? I don't know if I can do this. It's kind of weird. Like, what if this happens? What if that happens? And this can be like stalling out or charging ahead unwisely into a lack of clarity. Like, chessboard is giving very much like the horror side of Alice in Wonderland. And that's Mars Neptune energy. Like, this is projecting fears out into the world and getting lost into them. And we're going to be feeling that because there will be a conjunction on Sunday that we'll get to. But for Saturday, we have the moon conjunct Pluto really early in the morning, and then sextile Saturn before squaring Venus. And with that, we have the Two of Cups. And it's interesting here, you wouldn't necessarily expect that to be the dreamier vibe, but I feel like what's going to happen Saturday is the urge to come together to combat the rest of it. To come together to be like, these are my chosen people. These are the ones I am going to work with through all of this, and we're going to figure it out. We're going to feel it. We're going to make meaningful connections. We're going to question the systems and structures that keep us from doing that, and we're going to lean in instead. But on Sunday, and again, I'm getting like yo-yo vibes for the week. It's like, oh yeah, I can do this. Oh no, I can't. Yes, I can. No, I can't. And that really is like the Mars, Saturn, Neptune cocktail is just very like yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. So just take it in stride. If you don't have to make decisions right now, I would urge you to wait. But on Sunday, we get that Aquarius moon sextile the Aries sun and Chiron before at the very end of the day. So for some of you, this will be Monday, 11:30 p.m., Mars will conjunct Neptune. And again, we're going to be feeling this since Thursday. The second Mars hits Aries, we're in a very tight orb with that. And we're already kind of feeling it. It's, walking through those antishas and stuff, or contra antishas rather, but it's not quite the same. And so with this, don't get stuck in the stagnancy or grief, okay? We've got this.